Here's a story by Marley Riggins. At laced.com is a story entitled Shocktober, Lost Lair of the Lizard People. And Marley begins. In the summer and fall of 1933, a Los Angeles mining engineer named G. Warren Shufelt was surveying the LA area for deposits of gold, oil, and other valuable materials using his new invention called a radio X-ray. Shufelt claimed he was able to locate gold and other precious minerals at great depths using this invention, which operated based on a principle involving electrical similarities between matter, and was said to have worked even at a distance of many miles. One day, while taking readings near downtown Los Angeles, Schufelt's instruments revealed what seemed to be a pattern of tunnels leading from what is now the public library into the heart of downtown, to the top of Mount Washington, and then to Pasadena in the north. What he had stumbled upon appeared to be a well-planned underground labyrinth, which fed into large rooms located at various points, with deposits of gold in the chambers and passages. Some of the tunnels ran west for 20 miles under the Santa Monica Bay, which he believed were used for ventilation. Shufelt began to research the history of the area. During the course of his investigation, he met a Hopi chief named Little Greenleaf, who told him about the legend of an ancient race of lizard people. The legend says that about 5,000 years ago, an enormous meteor shower fell on the western coast, covering an area hundreds of miles wide. Thousands of people were killed, their crops wiped out, dwellings destroyed, forests set on fire. Survivors met and began plans for a safe area to be used as refuge in the event of another catastrophe. The subterranean complex Shufelt had discovered was an emergency shelter designed to accommodate 5,000 people or less. That'd be 1,000. 1,000 people or less. I think they mixed up the date of the area with the number of people it was supposed to accommodate. Either 1,000 people or 1,000 families. Valuable personal belongings, utensils, and food were stored in the complex, along with historical records and gold treasure. When disaster threatened again, the lizard people were forced to go underground to save themselves. They survived the meteor shower, but they were killed by natural gas leaking into their bunkers. First time I've heard that variation. As a result of the information he received from Chief Little Greenleaf, Shufelt believed that the underground complex he discovered was one of 13 built all over the Southwest. Schufelt's deduction was based on the part of the legend which claimed one of the underground cities was located under a hill surrounded by a curving ridge of mountains like the middle of a horse's hoof, much like the area that is now the Board of Education, built over the ruins of the Willis Estate on Fort Moore Hill in L.A. Shufelt and his partner, Chief Little Greenleaf, were both convinced that the ancient legends and readings from Schufelt's mystery machine were true. They decided to obtain a permit to sink a shaft into the ruins of the subterranean city. Zach Hundley, thank you for the super chat, sir. Zach says, hello, Bill, and everyone in chat. Welcome, Zach. They located a vacant lot at 518 North Hill Street, directly above one of the largest subterranean rooms. On the 21st of February, 1933, the County Board of Supervisors approved a contract with Rex McCreary, Warren Shufelt, and Ray Martin to search for buried treasure there. The permittees were to bear all expenses, to leave the property in its original condition, and to share 50% of all discoveries and treasure with the city of L.A. The county originally only allowed them to dig up to depths of 50 feet for fear of cave-ins. On the 27th of March, 1933, the expedition requested additional time and depths on their permit, believing that the labyrinth of tunnels was at least 1,900 feet in length, with rooms containing 9,000 square feet, containing valuable gold treasure in at least 16 places. The following month, in April of 1933, the contract was renewed. By the end of November, the main shaft was at a depth of 200 feet. Shufelt was determined to drill to a depth of 1,000 feet if necessary. On the 29th of January, 1934, the last story regarding the legend of the lost land of the lizard people, or the next to last, I don't remember which. It says here first, but it wasn't the first. It was like the 8th or 9th, or somewhere around there. I'm thinking it was last or next to last, which appeared in the Los Angeles Times of renown. By this time, one of the 5 shafts was already 250 feet deep. According to the legend and the radio surveys, the underground city was laid out in the shape of a lizard, with its tail under the main library at 5th and Hope, the body extending northeast, and the head being at Lookout and Marda near North Broadway. The key room to the city was located under 2nd and South Broadway. The legends state that the key room contains the directory to the rest of the city and to the location of the historical gold record tablets. Location of the gold historical record tablets. These gold tablets were slabs 4 feet long and 14 inches wide, and believed to contain the records of the origins of the human race. The history of modern man in the Americas, including details regarding the history of the mysterious Mayan people. Schufelt's radio wave machine mapped the rooms and tunnels as subsurface voids, with the gold slabs as dark areas, showing perfect geometric angles. We have a quote here, looks like doesn't say who it's from. Quote from somebody. The rooms, 7 of which occurred within an area of 6 square city blocks, varied in size from 23 feet square to 34 by 42 feet. The room below the first shaft was one of the larger rooms, and the key room was one of the smallest. Water had seeped into some of the tunnels, and several of the rooms, including the largest, were already flooded. Shufelt was prepared to use divers to explore the submerged areas when they broke into the subterranean city. By the beginning of February 1934, the first shaft had reached a depth greater than 250 feet and was still being dug, despite the difficulty caused by the water encountered in its path. Shortly after all the media attention was focused on this search for the lost city under L.A., the project was suddenly stopped and abandoned. On the 5th of March, 1934, the shafts were filled in, and the contract with the county was canceled. Neither gold nor any other treasure was ever given to the County of Los Angeles.